It's been 5 days since Donald Trump has appeared in public, other than to play golf. But somewhere inside this building, the now lame duck president is trying to pull off the political heist of the century, to reverse the decision of more than 75 million Americans who voted for Joe Biden as their president-elect and install himself as the winner. A trio of fierce allies were dispatched yesterday to lay out the president's case.
This election is not over. Far from it. We have only begun the process of obtaining an accurate, honest vote count.
They continued to allege voter fraud and efforts to block Republican observers in multiple states, but provided no evidence. At one point, the allegations so wild, even Fox News, the president's favorite TV network up until now, cut away.
We want every legal vote to be counted, and we want every illegal vote to be...
I just think we have to be very clear. She's charging the other side is welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting. Unless she has more details to back that up, I can't in good countenance continue showing you this.
Sadly, we are asking the questions many of you should.
Even if proven, there's no chance the irregularities that occur in every election would add up to change the result, begging the obvious question. Isn't the president just being a sore loser here? Should the president not just accept the results of the election? I asked the same of the president's senior campaign spokesman. What does it amount to, though? Isn't it just the case that the president just needs to accept the result and move on? Don't you all need to accept the result and move on?
70.5 million Americans voted for President Trump. He owes it to them to pursue every avenue possible.
But isn't it the case that 4 million more voted for now President-elect Biden?
They deserve fair elections, too.
But that's what they believe they've got.
Everyone deserves a fair election, and that's what we're pursuing.
If the result were the other way around, would President Trump be saying the same thing?
Everyone deserves a free and fair election.
But you saw the party in the streets. That's what millions of Americans believe they've been delivered.
I'm going to answer this again. Every American deserves free and fair elections in this election and every other. There are legal avenues that the president is pursuing. There are recounts that we are going to pursue that we are legally entitled to, and that's what we're going to be doing.
But will it all amount to an extra 4 million votes? Will it? Will it? He must know there's no chance, but neither he nor any senior aide or Republican close to the president will tell him to his face. Though reportedly many are acknowledging it privately, even to Democrats.
I mean, they call me to say, you know, congratulations, please convey my well wishes to the president-elect, but I can't say that publicly yet.
There was hope the Senate's top Republican might be the one to acknowledge defeat, but just watch Mitch McConnell ignore this question.
Mr. Leader, can you tell us, have you seen any evidence of election fraud that you think might overturn the election results?
While overnight, the Justice Department...
And Americans woke up to yet more chaos, this time at the Justice Department, as a senior official resigned after the Attorney General told prosecutors to investigate the so far unfounded allegations.
If they find them.
The Canadian Prime Minister last night became the latest to publicly acknowledge the election result.
I want to congratulate President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris.
While over at the White House, the president, with 0 engagements in his diary, spent the morning on Twitter, laying bare his desperate attempts to overturn an election that's already been won.
Well, earlier I spoke to Representative Barbara Lee, a Democrat from Oakland, California, and a friend of Kamala Harris. I began by asking her if she'd spoken to her friend and colleague since the election win.
Well, I have not talked with her, but we've been in touch with each other through texting, and she's doing great. She's excited, but she's really a fighter, and she's ready to get to work in the White House.
You said there that she's a fighter, but also that she's a unifier. What will her style be? How will she get to work?
Vice President-elect Harris is authentic, and she's always been herself. As Attorney General, when she worked at the DA's office, as our senator. And I don't think she's going to change. I think she's going to go into the White House. The lens which she has, of course, on issues come from her experiences and her upbringing here in Berkeley, California. She's born in Oakland, in my district. And she's a person who listens. She cares about people, and she's going to bring that voice and weigh in on those decisions that are extremely important. And she will have this added lens now in the White House as being a woman, an African-American woman, a South Asian woman who comes from California, who really understands the challenges that everyone faces each and every day, especially the most vulnerable.
She's obviously got so many challenges. The team has so many challenges ahead. But before they can get to work, the president, the current incumbent, has to accept defeat. And neither he nor senior Republicans are doing that. What do you make of that?
Well, we knew this would happen. This is not anything that's a surprise. So I think that we move forward in a way that is going to make sure that this peaceful transfer of power occurs, and they will be sworn in spite of the challenges that this administration is putting up. For some reason, they do not understand the nature of democracy, and that free and fair elections is what America prides itself on.
Given that Joe Biden won't have, the Democrats won't have control of the Senate, will Joe Biden have to govern as a centrist, that progressives will have to give up on the idea of getting many of your people into top positions?
Progressives aren't giving up on any idea. We helped elect this ticket, and I know that President-elect Biden understands that. And I was on the drafting committee for the platform for the Democratic Party. And we worked together to bring forth a platform that everyone agreed upon. And it's that Democratic Party platform that we anticipate and will use as the roadmap for the agenda. And we're working on the 2 seats in the Senate races now in terms of the runoffs in Georgia. And so, we're working to make sure that the Senate is controlled by Democrats, because we have to have a Senate that understands the agenda of the Biden administration.
I wonder how the new presidency will deal with its old ally, Britain. For example, I wonder how you'll deal with Boris Johnson. He sent his congratulations, but he was once described by the current occupant of the White House as Britain's Trump. How will he be viewed, do you think?
Well, I know that President-elect Biden has an enormous background and experience in dealing with countries all around the world. He understands America's role in our global affairs, our foreign policy, our military policy, and he certainly wants to work with everyone, all heads of state, all countries, to make sure that we achieve global peace and security, and that we become more engaged, because at this point we have withdrawn in many respects. So I think the first step is engagement, and then I know that they will come up with an effort and a real bilateral strategy to make sure that every country is respected and engaged in our foreign policy and in world affairs.
Representative Barbara Lee, thank you very much.
Thank you.